It's almost time to rally in the valley. But first, it's the Matsu Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's the pitch. Swing, a high fly ball out to deep left. Back goes Adam Manzer. It's gone! A grand slam, and the Miners walk off with the win! Wow, I have never seen a game like this. Johnny Loker, welcome to the Valley. There you hear it, folks. Johnny Loker, last night's hero, a walk-off grand slam to give the Miners a big 10-7 victory over the Anchorage Pilots. We're back at Mulcahy Field this afternoon. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there listening. This afternoon, the Miners are here taking on the Anchorage Bucs, the other team from Anchorage. Austin Pollock, Emma Tiedemann to right as we are high above Mulcahy Field. And wow, just got to look back at last night. Johnny Loker, our player of the game, and boy, how special was that?
I mean, you come in the day before, you fly into a very different kind of field. The environment's different than his home of California, and you get put into this game with a whole bunch of strangers you really don't know yet. And he already had 2 singles earlier that game, was doing outstanding in left field, having a great game, getting on base, putting in runs. He scored 2 runs, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 7th. And then he steps up in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Miners were down by 1 run, 7-6 at that point. Steps up to the plate. The bases are loaded. The tying run at third base, and he just blasted one out of left field over the wall for the grand slam walk-off win for the Miners. So I think that's a pretty good way to start off any kind of career with the Miners for the summer.
Oh, definitely a very special night for him, and we've got a chance to talk to him after the game, talk to him before the game, and talk to him. He's just a great guy, and he's really excited. He's back in the lineup, as you could imagine. He's batting 6th, back in left field, gets bumped up from that 9 hole, and boy, it's going to be exciting to watch Johnny play this summer, just the first game, and boy, it's going to be fun. Another rally in the Valley, a successful one, but we are here in Anchorage. It's time to move on. Put that you keep that in the back of your mind, but you move on a little bit, and you just got to keep on grinding. So. Manager Ben Taylor and Tony Capalucci for the Bucs, exchanging lineup cards at home plate. We are almost ready to go here at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage. Let's give you the Matsu Miners starting lineup. It's Cameron Frost leading off in center field. Paul Panachone is at shortstop. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back.
Should mention that Will Victor is Representative Sharice Gillette, so give a round of applause, you guys. Good job.
With championships in 2004, 2007, 2009, and 2010, the Miners are looking to bring a title back to the Mat-Su Valley.
This is the longest championship drought in 10 seasons.
8 former Miners selected in the 2014 MLB draft, and head coach Ben Taylor is back for another season of baseball in the Valley.
Here we go. Mat-Su Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mulcahy Field in Anchorage, Alaska. I'm Emma Tiedemann alongside Austin Pollock for today's matchup between the Mat-Su Miners and the Anchorage Bucs. The Miners with a big, huge win last night, as we talked about in pregame briefly. Johnny Loker out of Stanford came in, already had scored 2 runs for the Miners, had 2 hits, reached base 3 times, steps up in the bottom of the 9th. The Miners were down 6-7 at that point and hit a walk-off grand slam to put the Miners over the Pilots 10-7. Johnny Loker, obviously our player of the game, just had an outstanding first game with the Miners. And still, we talked to him after the game, still speechless, as he said. He couldn't believe it. He was just wanting to get on base, wanting to score a run, the tying run in Hunter Simmons at third base. But instead, just blasted it out of the park to put the Miners over the Pilots. And having some great momentum going into this game for the Bucs. This is the first time the Miners have played the Bucs, and they're playing them at home at Mulcahy Field. So the Miners looking pretty good going into this game.
Yeah, so far so good. 3-2 on the season. Can't complain when you have a record above 500. But the first look we get at the Anchorage Bucs, it's considered an interleague game. It does count toward the overall league record. But I'm excited to see what the Bucs bring to the table.
Definitely, and this is on the mound for the Bucs is Cody Rogina. The first time he has pitched for the Bucs, so we get to see him for the first time, along with Tyler Stubblefield on the mound for the Miners. He pitched so far this year 1 inning, gave up no runs, no hits, did not strike out any, and only walked 1 with an ERA of 0. And we'll go over the starting lineups first for the Miners, starting things off Cameron Frost, playing his usual spot in center field. Next, Paul Panachone, who's had a great game. Great few games, actually. Panachone at shortstop. Then it's Cam Newell, Nick Senzel at third base, Brandon Smith, the DH, Johnny Locker in the 6th spot now, Meyer in the 7th spot, Decker, the also new player from Stanford, and Nick Blazer finishing it off in the 9th batting spot. First off for the Miners, though, is Cameron Frost, center fielder. First pitch swung on, strike 1.
Cameron Frost hitless last night.
Fouls this one back now, down in the count 0-2. Frost struck out twice last night, was walked once, and also grounded out and had a fly out to center field. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Regina. In the turf, ball 1.
Yeah, we got to go back to in the turf.
Mulcahy is a turf field. Herman Brothers, on the other hand, is not. Sod and dirt.
Mulcahy Field, home of the Bucs and the Pilots.
The 1-2 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. Beautiful day here in Anchorage. It's a little cloudy, but a lot of blue sky. Nice and sunny.
It's the nicest day we've seen in a while.
Clouds blowing out of left field. I mean, the wind. Swung on, short fly ball to second baseman Copeland. And that's out number 1. Brings up Paul Panachone, who's just been outstanding these past few games, hitting .391. Has 4 RBIs and 4 doubles. Last night he had one of those doubles in the 3rd inning. He was walked and hit by a pitch twice. First pitch outside for ball 1. Outfield straightaway at 410 feet. Alley's at 325. And that's also too high, ball 2. Panachone playing the shortstop position again tonight. See him playing that position about the past 4 games. Big swing there for strike 1. Outfield straight away, so is the infield. Nobody on, still tied at 0 runs apiece. Top of the 1st, full count. Here's the pitch. Excuse me, that's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 3-1 pitch by Regina. Swung on, fouled back. That's strike 2.
Defensive alignment for the Bucs. Mac Gridley's at third base. Cade Reeton at short. Garrett Copeland, the second baseman. Mark Kruger at first. Jonathan Youngblood in left. Andy Crowley in center. And Tyler Ware in right. Mark Sanchez doing the catcher for Cody Regina.
And that's ball 4 for Panachone as he takes his base at first. Brings up Cam Newell.
Newell actually switching his jersey today. He's wearing number 5. His usual number 14, I guess, maybe didn't make the trip.
Or he was just feeling number 5 tonight, this afternoon.
That's usually Brad Baker's number, pitching coach.
First pitch, and there for strike 1 to Newell. Newell last night had a single and scored a run in the 9th inning, so big way to get on base. He swings for strike 2. The bottom of the 9th. He was one of the runs that scored with Johnny Loker's grand slam. Also had a double in the 8th and stole third, and then scored off of it. So he had another great first night. Swung on high fly ball down the third base side. Foul ball.
That foul ball did damage to your car. Visit our friends at Napa Auto Parts. Locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com.
Newell left-handed batter.
Newell wants to send a happy Father's Day to his father, Clint Newell.
The 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball 1, and Newell thinking about it. Gave a quick little indication he was going to swing for it, but decided to not swing and instead take the ball.
He had a good first minors game for Cam Newell. Hit a double down the right field line. It was a big double.
The 1-2 pitch. Runner goes at first. Grounder to second base. And Copeland decides to throw it to Kruger at first base to throw out Cam Newell. But Paul Panachone with a stolen base. And that brings up Nick Senzel, playing third base tonight.
Second straight game at third. We've seen him at second. We've seen him as a designated hitter, and we've seen him now at third. Looked pretty comfortable over there last
definitely.
night.
Senzel hitting .227 on the season. First pitch, big swing, strike one. Senzel was walked twice last night and also had a single. He got to first in the bottom of the ninth on an error off of a hit, stole third, and scored one of the 6 runs by the Miners. Another big swing for strike 2, now down in the count 0-2, and Senzel is the only player on the Miners that has not been struck out yet on the season. But now is down in the count 0-2. Paul Panachone at second base, a little bit of a lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Fans not happy about that call. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of this first inning. The pitch, swung on, high fly ball down the third base line, and it just goes foul.
That was actually crushed.
That would have been out of here if I think if the wind is blowing towards left field, and definitely didn't help matters, but it definitely had the distance.
Well, you're going to see a lot of home runs at Mulcahy Field. Didn't see any on Friday against the Pilots. Of course, we saw 3 total last night at Herman Brothers, not known for a lot of home runs. But 3. I think the Loker one just got out, just barely.
1-2 pitch, big swing, and that's strike 3 for Senzel, his first strikeout of the year. And that's the first strikeout for Cody Rogina. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, the Miners and Bucs are tied at no runs apiece. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. And welcome back to Mulcahy Field. The Miners take the field with Tyler Stubblefield out of Texas A&M on the mound. We last saw Stubblefield pitch on the 11th at Herman Brothers Field against the Chinooks. He pitched for 1 inning, walked 2 batters, gave up no hits, no runs.
As Emma said, Stubblefield from Texas A&M, 4-2 with a 3.81 earned run average.
First swing is back to Stubblefield on the mound, but it goes off of his glove, and Copeland able to reach first base.
That's going to be a single. That's kind of a tough ball to play against. But Stubblefield, on June 1st against the Texas Longhorns, that was in the regionals, went all 9 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, threw 134 pitches.
Wow.
So no surprise he's only had 1 appearance thus far.
First pitch to Wrighton. And actually they're going to call it a ball. Right and playing shortstop tonight, this afternoon. The light, it's still throwing me off.
It's
Their pitch high down the first base side. Newell running for it, but drops foul.
Stubblefield was a 36th round draft pick of the Atlanta Braves in the 2013 draft. See a fastball, slider, changeup. Started it was mainly a Tuesday starter, moved to the weekend, then moved to the closer's role at A&M.
Count at 1-1 Here's the pitch. High ball to shallow center field. And Frost looks like he kind of tripped there. And the ball able to get down for another single. And Copeland moves to second.
Yeah, back-to-back hits for the Bucs. That's not something you see from Cameron Frost. You see that ball really just dropped right in front of him, one hop into his glove. I think if he went into a slide, the ball probably would have gotten by him. I think and the best case right there is to let it drop or to try and get a basket catch.
Brings up Crowley, the center fielder. As he fouls one back to third base side. Now, Josh Meyer, the catcher, heads out to talk with Tyler Stubblefield.
Andy Crowley just finished his junior year at Cal Baptist. Yesterday against the Chinooks, he was 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. He's 7 for 22 on the season. That includes a home run, and he scored 5 runs.
So runners on first and second. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. Quick chopper to Stubblefield. Stubblefield able to throw out Copeland, heading to third for the first out of the inning. And I'd say that's a pretty good decision by Stubblefield. He's a lefty, so he was able to face Senzel at third base and cut off that play.
Yeah, it's a very heads-up play by Stubblefield. Most pitchers kind of just look, and they don't really think they have a chance. They just go to first. But Copeland, when you think about it, top of the order guy, you'd think he's got some speed, and wasn't off with the pitch. It was a bunt. But Stubblefield now keeping a close eye on Cade Reeton at second base.
Where the right fielder, left-handed batter at the plate. First pitch, a little inside, ball 1.
Tyler Ware from Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
One-zero pitch. Swung on straight to Stubblefield. Again, throws it to Senzel on third. And the Bucs unable to reach that third base with Tyler Stubblefield and Nick Senzel.
Yeah, that's I guess it's rare to see that happen, but I mean it happens. And Stubblefield just really staying where he's a smart pitcher. Definitely a character around the team, though.
Brings up the first baseman, Kruger. Kruger hitting 529 with 2 home runs already and 9 RBIs.
If you check out today's pregame profile, it's with Johnny Loker, and you can actually hear Stubblefield, not photo bombing or video bombing, whatever you want to call it, but he's making some weird noises back there. You can listen, you'll hear it.
Stubblefield's pitch with a big swing from Kruger. Evens the count at 1.
Emma, you were actually listening to that video, and you said to me, you're like, there's something wrong with this. You might have to do it again. I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, there's like, it sounds like someone like crying or making some weird. I'm like, no, that's Stubblefield.
So I was editing the video, listening to it. I was like, that's not a normal noise. But no, it's just Stubblefield. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, runners on first and second. Crowley on second and Tyler Ware on first. Pitch, low and inside, ball 3. Kruger, the left-handed batter. Swung on, fouled back towards the third base side. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A forced play at every base except for home. Stubblefield looking back at Crowley. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. Loads the bases now for the Bucs. And that brings up Billy Butler. Butler, the designated hitter this afternoon. Butler, the right-handed batter. Stepping up with the bases loaded with Bucs. Crowley at third, Ware at second, Kruger at first. And Stubblefield's first pitch to Butler, a little low and outside, ball 1. Wind kind of picking up in the outfield, blowing out of left field. It's the 1-0 pitch, low, ball 2. Loker and Newell in left and right field respectively, playing just about straight away. Frost a little bit to our left. And the infield playing straight away as well. 2-0 pitch, inside. Actually, that's going to be a strike against Butler. So now 2 balls, 1 strike. Sanchez on deck. Still 2 outs for the Miners. No runs have been scored, but the bases are loaded. Stubblefield throws another ball, this one a little low and outside. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball down the third base side. Senzel throws it all the way across to first base. And that will end the inning. So Stubblefield able to get out of a tough situation with the bases loaded. We head to the second inning. The score is still at 0 runs apiece. You are listening to Miners Radio Network. Now batting for the Miners, the designated hitter tonight, Brandon Smith. Smith hitting .308 on the season, was a designated hitter last night. had a single in the second inning, but then was unable to get on base at his next 4 at-bats. So he takes a strike for the first pitch. We've seen Smith out in left field usually, but has been playing designated hitter as Johnny Loker has been playing left field. He played left field last night, and he's in left field again tonight. And the pitcher, Regina, have a little chat with Mark Sanchez, the catcher, not the quarterback of the Jets, in case anyone was wondering.
Is he even on the Jets? I don't even think he's on the Jets anymore.
I think he got released or something. I don't know. I'll always remember him on the Jets, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there for strike 2. Smith had 3 ground outs yesterday and 1 fly out after his single. 1-2 pitch. A little bit in the dirt or turf, and that's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on. At the top of the second inning, still scoreless. It's a 2-2 pitch. Check swing, and it's strike 3. Said he went around, and that's the second strikeout for Regina of the Bucs. And it brings up the Miners' hero as of last night, Johnny Loker. Loker had 2 singles, was struck out once, but then redeemed himself in the 9th inning with a grand slam walk-off ending of the game, winning the game after being down. So he hits another high fly ball down the third base side, rips it foul, but had the power in the distance to be out of here if he was able to keep it in play.
I'm looking in the Miners' first base dugout trying to see if anybody's smiling or laughing, but maybe a couple. Straight faces for the most part.
0-1 pitch. Grounder to short. Right, and able to get there. Not able to make the throw, though, as it was a weak throw. And Kruger not able to catch it, and Johnny Loker's on base with his first single of the game.
Boy, he's on fire right now. He's feeling it. This whole team should be feeling it. I mean, that's what Ben Taylor had said. He said that they just hope they can take this and just keep on going.
That brings up Josh Meyer, the Miner, hitting .222 on the season, playing catcher tonight.
Emma had a good interview with Meyer the Miner the other day.
Yes, and it is on our YouTube page.
YouTube.com/MatsuMinersBaseball. Go check it out. You can also see today's interview with Johnny Loker. He talked about last night's, what do you want to call it? Miracle, comeback, rally in the valley? Let's go with rally in the valley.
Miner magic?
Miner magic. Josh Meyer also wanted to send out a special Happy Father's Day shout out to his dad. Big Mike Meyer, that's what he said. He said, go with Big Mike Meyer. I said, all right.
Count on Meyer, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's strike 2. With Loker at first base, already have 1 away. Loker with the lead off first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Two pitch. Loker goes at second. Can he make the throw head first slide? And he is safe. So Loker just adding on to just big plays. So now reached first on the single and now stole second. And Josh Meyer has a full count. Still only 1 out for the Miners. 3-2 pitch, way outside, and that is ball 4. And the second walk for the pitcher, Cody Rogina. Brings up Matt Decker out of Stanford. We saw Decker the day he flew into Anchorage. He was hitless, but you gotta give him props. The Miners were playing here at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage as he hits a high fly ball to left center field, and it is able to drop. Loker tags up at second, another slide into third. The ball goes out towards the third base dugout, but the runners will stay, and now the Miners have loaded up the bases.
With 1 out.
So these new arrivals for the Miners, they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, everything's working out.
Sanchez and Regina having a little chat out there by the mound again. Brings up Nick Blazer. Blazer, the right-handed batter. Bases loaded. Here's the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. And the clouds are clearing for some beautiful blue skies. Sunny day, about 60 degrees. It's a perfect day for some baseball. Swung on, foul back the first base side. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. See a couple of those little tiny airplanes flying over the sky. You take to, I guess, the smaller Alaska cities. High fly ball, it's foul, but Kruger, the first baseman, is able to catch it, and that's out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order with Cameron Frost. Frost had a fly out to second baseman Copeland in the first inning, hitting .360 on the season, 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 1 triple. Right-handed batter. Bases are still loaded. Here's the pitch. Outside, strike 1.
Can't say I agree.
I thought it was a ball too,
I
but
think it was outside.
no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the second, still scoreless. Bases full of Miners. Same pitch, just about the same position, and this time Frost swings at it. Big swing.
Last time the Miners had the bases loaded was in the bottom of the 9th last night. I think we know what happened. Getting some word that the video quality is not good. That's most likely just because of the Wi-Fi here in Anchorage. Not the best. We apologize for that.
0-2 pitch. In the turf, wild pitch gets behind Sanchez, and Loker will score a run. And all the base runners will advance. Puts Josh Meyer at third and Matt Decker at second. So we have the first run of the game, and surprise, it is Johnny Loker.
We're hearing that name a lot.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Frost. And this one is low and outside, ball 2. Outfield and infield straight away. Here's the pitch. High and outside. That's ball 3, full count. Good job by Frost to come back from being down 0-2 to now full count.
Cameron Frost also wants to send a special Happy Father's Day to his dad, Mike.
3-2 pitch. Swung on, foul back the first base side. Decker at second with a huge lead off of second. Runners at second and third, and Decker and Meyer. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Can he make the throw to first? And he does in time. It's a 6-3 out for Cameron Frost. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, the Miners are leading the Bucs now, 1-0. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. Welcome back. The Miners lead the Bucs 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the second inning. None other than Johnny Loker is scoring the first run for the Miners at the top of the second. It brings up Sanchez, Mark Sanchez, not the Mark Sanchez, but Mark Sanchez, the catcher for the Bucs. First pitch from Stubblefield, big swing by Sanchez. Sanchez playing catcher.
He's also wearing number 6.
Left-handed batter. The 0-1 pitch. That's strike 2.
Stubblefield's pitched very good through these. Well, this is the second inning, but he had a very good first. Got out of that big jam.
Definitely had the bases loaded, but no runs came in. So, got to count that as a positive.
Well, he also hasn't pitched much. He pitched once since that 134 pitch outing on June 1st. So, what's today? Today's June 15th. So, yeah, it's been a while.
Chopper to Blazer at second base. Quick throw over to Decker, who's at first base. And that's out number 1 for the Miners. It's weird not having Hunter Simmons over there at first.
No, it really is. He's struggled a little bit at the plate, but a day off can really help.
Brings up Gridley. Gridley at third base this afternoon. Quick ball up the middle of the field, and he will reach first base. Off the first pitch by Stubblefield. I don't know if you can see it on your video screen, but the Bucs have cute little bat boy whose helmet is, I think, bigger than his body. I was worried he was going to fall down bending over for that bat.
See, I can't see it. Our booth actually is different because the Bucs and the Pilots both play here at Mulcahy, but our booth for the Pilots is on the right side, closer to the first base dugout. Now we're on the third base side. Well, we're still right behind home plate, but we're just closer to third.
And the booths are different just on the outside. The Bucs booths are yellow and the Pilots booths are blue.
One is smaller than the other. But it's actually, I like this view. And when we're in Chugiak, you may have noticed last week ago today, that we're basic. There's really no, you're kind of right on the field. But I like being high up. This is a good view.
2-0 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball to right field. And Newell able to make the catch. Throws it into first to Decker, but Gridley able to tag up in time. And that's out number 2 for the Miners. So Newell with some good speed out there in right field. We saw that a little bit last night also. Brings us back to the top of the order with second baseman Copeland. Had a single in the first. Reached second. Then was thrown out. First pitch to the right-hander. Strike 1. The 0-1 pitch by Stubblefield. Swung on, fouled back. That's strike 2. Another difference with Mulcahy Field is there's no extra protection between us and the field other than this plexiglass window. So
that's for sure.
2 days ago, we had 2 close calls.
Emma jumped.
Oh, yeah. There was a foul ball coming right at us. I did jump.
I didn't.
0-2 pitch, outside ball 1. You
I
never know.
I didn't jump though.
I don't know. I know it's plexiglass.
I only jump when the music switches from and it's a little loud. I do jump a little bit.
1-2 pitch, high ball 2.
As far as we know, we'll get a more accurate count later on. Emma is still at 2 moose.
Well, yes, we're counting the little family of moose as 1.
That's 1.
So, yes, 2.
It's how many times. I think it's how many times you've seen a moose, not how many have you seen. Maybe they go hand in hand, but not really. I think Cameron Frost is still at 6.
Fouled back.
That was hit very, very hard. Everyone seems to be good over there. Just to the left of the Miners' dugout into the stands.
The 2-2 pitch. Big swing, strike 3. So Tyler Stubblefield with a great second inning. And that is his first strikeout of the game. As we head into the 3rd inning, the Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. And you are listening to Miners Radio Network.
back in Anchorage, the Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. A new pitcher in for the Bucs. Cody Regina goes 2 innings, and the new pitcher is Joey Dunyan from UC Riverside. He faces Paul Panachone, and then Cam Newell and Nick Senzel. Joey Dunyan just finished, actually, I believe, just graduated from UC Riverside, 6'1", 195 pounds. Pitched yesterday against Chugiak, an inning, a hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Paul Panachone with a 1-1 count. Dunyan kicks. Here's the pitch. In there, called strike. Paul Panachone walked and stole second in the first. Pitch, check swing, doesn't go. 2-2. I was just watching Panachone with his hands on the bat. I think it's his, we'll maybe see it right here. I think it's his left hand. Kind of like he waves it back toward us. Slaps one on the right side, foul out of play. Do you see what I? Do you see
like
what
his
I mean?
fingers?
He kind of just, rather than keeping his two hands gripping the bat, it's his left hand that's sort of like open.
Oh yeah, he picks up his
Right.
fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's right there. It's right there.
He doesn't even have them on the bat.
They're not on the bat. 2-2 is blowing away 3-2.
So he puts them back on the bat and fully grips it right before he's about to hit
It's just part of the whole keeping a loose feeling at the plate. You want to feel really loose.
Yeah.
3-2 to Panachone. Popped up on the infield. The second baseman, Copeland, calls for it. Reels it in for out number 1. I know my dad is listening tonight. Want to wish him a very happy Father's Day. He's back in Boston, about 3,800 miles away.
I think my dad's listening. I told him I'd call him after the game. Good old Steve. Hates it when I call him Steve. And also the grandfathers, John and 2-2 Bill Mercer.
I don't think mine is. Oh, lined up the middle of base hit for Cam Newell. That was hit very hard. Just over the glove of Dunyan, who put it out to pick it up, but hit way too hard. Cam Newell staying hot. 1 on, 1 out for Nick Senzel. He struck out his last time up.
His first strikeout of the season.
Yeah. He's just not one to strike out a lot. Dunyan with a look in, with a look at first base. Kicks. Here's the pitch. Low ball 1. It's actually turned into a very nice day here at Mulcahy Field. A couple clouds in the outfield, or beyond the outfield. More toward the 2 non-turf fields in center field and left and right field. And then the football field, the turf field and left. Runner first is off. Hard grounder to third base. That is Gridley, throws across the diamond, gets the out, but moving to second is Cam Newell. He was off with the pitch. That's 2 outs for Brandon Smith. Smith struck out in the second. One run, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Bucs. First pitch, way outside, 1-0 to Smith. Brandon wanted to give a shout out to his dad, Neil Smith. Happy Father's Day to him. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a big cut by Smith, 1-1.
Newell had I don't know if you saw how big his lead was off of second. Had to quickly jog back to second. 'Cause he kind of almost was halfway to third.
Yeah, this is a different lineup that we're really seeing, I would say, for the most part. I mean, Blazers in, Deckers in, Lokers in, Newell's in. The 4 new guys. Breaking ball, that's a called strike to Smith, 1-2. Brandon Smith has hit in every game of the season thus far. That's a 6-game hitting streak. So far, hitless today in his 1 at-bat. He has a 1-2 count against Joey Dunyan. Dunyan kicks. Here's the pitch. In the turf, 2-2.
Dunyan's pitch, I don't know if you notice it, but it's, usually whenever you see like a fastball straight over the plate, straight pitch from the mound into the catcher's glove, but Dunyan's pitches, all of them kind of come a little bit outside and then over the plate.
Yeah.
They're not a straight shot.
2-2. Way outside. That one gets away. Newell heads to third with a rail. He's going to round, and he was about maybe a quarter of the way down. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Really, you don't. If you see someone advance on a wild pitch or a pass ball from second base, or really any base for the most part, they usually stop at one base. They don't go beyond.
Newell, though, seems kind of confident in himself on the base path tonight, though, this afternoon.
Yeah, it's really not a very long backstop here at Mulcahy, but he's got a little bit of speed in him. 3-2 the count on Smith. Pitch from Dunyan. Swing back, and Dunyan has it, but it gets behind him. He throws to first. Has to get Smith. The run does not score as Smith is put out 1-3. One of the Miners through 2.5 at Mulcahy. We'll be right back on the Match of Miners Radio Network. Back in Anchorage, the Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. The bottom of the third inning, Tyler Stubblefield, lefty from Texas A&M, back out there for the third. Miners had the second run on third base in Cam Newell, but Senzel and Smith could not get him home. Excuse me, that was just Smith, because Newell actually reached third during Smith's at-bat. Here's Cade Reeton, the shortstop from Gonzaga. He singled his last time up. 0-1 from Stubblefield. Swing and a big cut, 0-2.
Reeton kind of slowed his swing once he was through, kind of knowing he shouldn't have swung at that one. Kind of regretting it.
0-2. Outside, 1-2. Now these Bucs jerseys, they really, really resemble the Pirates.
Yeah, definitely.
Pinstripes, 1-2, slapped foul.
The font, kind of. The colors.
Yeah, the colors for sure.
Yeah.
The socks, those are kind of cool, actually.
I do like pinstripe jerseys.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so I'm not a pinstripe guy. 1-2 from Stubblefield. Back to him. And he throws on to first. One away. He's been busy fielding some balls at the mound.
Yeah, that's his third.
I think that's his
Yeah.
third. That is his third. Here is Andy Crowley from Cal Baptist, the center fielder. That's from the left side. Crowley reached on a 1-5 fielder's choice. That was Stubblefield to the third baseman, Senzel. First pitch is up and in, ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. One 0. Swing fouled right back to our left, and ricochets all the way back down by the Miners dugout. Remember, we're on the third base side, exactly overlooking the right-hander's batter's box. Exactly. Or maybe that's just my view. Emma might be more toward the catcher and the umpire.
And the Miners dugout is on the first base side tonight,
Correct.
this evening,
1-1.
this afternoon.
Foul back to the left behind the Bucs dugout.
I will get the right
This
time that we're at by the end of the summer.
Well, this is our first
Day game.
real afternoon game.
Yeah.
2 o'clock start. We had a 5 o'clock start once.
In Chugiak.
1-2 to Crowley. Swing and a fister down the third base line. Senzel charging. Will throw. In time. That was a weak ground ball to the left side. Senzel had to charge that. I thought maybe he was going to barehand it, but he didn't. It was a very close play.
Very
2 away.
good hustle and great throw to Decker at first.
Now there's 2 away for Tyler Ware, the the right fielder from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. First pitch from Stubblefield, low and away, ball 1. Now Emma's going to give us a little bit of some Texas geography. Where is Corpus Christi?
Corpus is right on the Gulf.
I need more than that.
South.
1-0, grounder to the right side. That is Nick Blazer. Throws to Matt Decker at first base. And it's 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Stubblefield. We're through 3 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Emma will finish her geography lesson when we return for the 4th inning, again on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back in Anchorage, Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. Johnny Loker steps in. First pitch to him is way outside, ball 1. So Emma, let's finish our geography lesson. You said the Gulf, and then you mean the Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of Mexico,
Okay.
yes. We Texans just call it the Gulf. But yes, the Gulf of Mexico.
1-0 lifted foul right side.
One of those kind of beach towns that you go to. A&M Corpus Christi, though, I looked into it, and it has its own island.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like its own kind of thing off the beach. I never visited, so that's the best way. I Google mapped it.
Called strike to Loker, 1-2.
But it's a very up-and-coming school within the A&M system. But yes, it's on the Gulf of Mexico.
1-2. Ground to the left side. That's the third baseman, but it gets under his glove. A base hit for Johnny Loker. Boys, he's staying hot. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Just under Gridley's glove at third. That brings up Josh Meyer, the catcher. Walked in the second. Meyer is a catcher from Grand Canyon, along with Brandon Smith and Paul Panaccione. Runner at first, nobody out. Myers lead 1-0. Breaking ball in there, called strike. Third baseman Gridley is playing in on the turf. Can't say in on the grass. He's still on that artificial dirt as well. 0-1. Slapped right side, foul out of play.
Meyer, the Miner, made it all the way to third base. His last at bat in the second inning, he was walked, then was left on third.
Strike 3. Swing and a miss. That's the first strikeout for Joey Dunyan. 1 away for Matt Decker. Decker from Stanford. Nick Blazer waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside part of the plate for strike 1. Decker gets the signs from Ben Taylor at third. His Stanford teammate Johnny Loker at first, he singled. Dunyan kicks. Here's his pitch. Outside part of the plate. 0-2 to Decker. Miners wearing the green jerseys today. I really don't think there's a home and away. 0-2, checks the swing. They're going to say he went. Strike 3. Second strikeout. And back-to-back Ks for Joey Dunyan. 2 away.
No, I have to agree with you. I don't think there's a specific home and away jersey.
No, and I was quite surprised to learn that. Here is Nick Blazer. First pitch, outside part of the plate for strike 1, and Dunyan's feeling that outside part. Blazer wearing number 4. He popped out to the first baseman, Mark Kruger, in the second inning. The sun really making an appearance here at Mulcahy. I wish I had those blue sunglasses. Runner at first is off. The throw from the catcher, Sanchez. The tag. He's out. Johnny Loker caught stealing, and the Miners get nothing in the fourth. Still 1-0 Matsu as we head to the bottom of inning number 4 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Bottom of the fourth in Anchorage, Miners lead the Bucs 1-0 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. I'm Austin Pollack. I'm at Tiedemann to my right. Mark Kruger, Dylan Butler, and Mark Sanchez. They will lead it off against Tyler Stubblefield, who's been very good in his 3 innings. 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Joey Dunyan, an inning and 2/3. Slapped foul right back by us. Actually, Dunyan's 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts, excuse me. 0-1, up and in, 1-1.
I think Stubblefield has gotten better as he's pitched more innings. He seems a lot more comfortable now in this 4th inning.
1-1, called strike. 1-2.
And he's faced less batters. Also, he faced 6 in the first, 4 in the second, and 3 in the third. So I think he might have just had some jitters and has definitely gotten the jitters out.
1-2, called strike 3. Second strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield, 1 away in the 4th. Here's Dylan Butler from Louisiana Lafayette, the designated hitter. He grounded out to 3rd in the 1st. Now away for, as you said, Stubblefield had only faced 3 batters in the 3rd inning. Now this is what I believe, and I think I've heard this before. It is possible, as Butler takes strike 1, to only face 2 batters in an inning.
Okay, how is that possible?
All right, tell me if this makes sense.
Okay.
After this pitch, 0-1, called strike, 0-2. So Kruger, the first baseman, he struck out.
Right.
Now if Butler swings for strike 3, ball gets away, but he reaches first, that's still an out. Pitch is outside, 1-2. And then he tries to steal, and he's thrown out. I believe that's 3 outs.
How do you get 2 outs on a player?
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, it's not going to happen this inning. But that's the 3rd strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield, 2 away. Then I'll bring up Mark Sanchez from Cal Baptist, the catcher. He's 0 for 1, ground out to 2nd. Okay, try this again. So the first batter strikes out, or gets out.
Okay.
The next batter strikes out, but it's a dropped 3rd strike.
So he heads to
He
first.
reaches first, but that's still an out because he reaches, but it's still a strikeout.
Okay.
That's 2 outs. And then the next batter who comes up is at the plate doing his thing, but the runner at first that reached on the drop 3rd strike is caught stealing. So you only sort of, I guess you...
But you have a 3rd batter
you
here,
kind of
though.
do, but you get 2 outs.
I see where you're coming from.
You see it. I tried. Just trying to have a little fun.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it.
That's something to ask Ben Taylor about. I'm
Yeah.
going to ask him about that. 1-1 the count on Sanchez. Now Emma's laughing at me.
No, I'm just trying to imagine it.
1-1 left side. That's going to reach over the head of Stenzel, the 3rd baseman, to left, a base hit. Rounding first, hit it for second is Sanchez. The throw in, the tag. He's out. Nice play. Excellent play from the left fielder, Johnny Loker. A good throw in. So it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Stubblefield and the Miners as he pats Johnny Loker. We are through 4 here in Anchorage on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. 1-0 Miners.
And welcome back to Mulcahy Field. New pitcher on the mound for the Anchorage Bucs, Brandon Diaz.
Diaz last pitched Friday against the Chinooks, an inning, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. On the season, he's appeared in 4 games, 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 6 walks, and a 3.60 earned run average.
And the first minor Diaz will face is Nick Blazer. Blazer had a fly out to first base in the second inning. Takes the first pitch as a ball.
Miners are second in the National League at 3-2. The Pilots are 4-2 atop. The Miners a half game back, and the Chinooks chilling at 2-4, 2 games back.
They're just chilling.
They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Oilers are 4-1 in the American League, and these Bucks are 5-2.
2-0 pitch. Swung on right back up center field, and that's a base hit for Nick Blazer.
It's good to see him get a hit, and he's a nice kid. I talked to him. Let's see. I talked to him yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
At around 2 o'clock. He's came right up to me, introduced himself. Very nice guy. I'm excited to watch him play.
It brings us back to the top of the order to Cameron Frost. Frost had a fly out to second base in the first and a ground out to short in the second. Blazer toying with the idea of running to second base.
We haven't really seen him do a lot of running. And he's small. He's about my height. I think he's about 5'8", 5'9". I'm only 5'7".
Frost shows bunt, instead fouls it back. Takes strike one.
I want to see him steal a base, to see how fast he is, and
Yeah.
you just kind of have to get a little bit of a feel for it.
He's at second base today. One count against Frost. Pitch, big swing, strike two. One ball, 2 strikes against Cameron Frost. Here's the pitch, very outside, ball 3.
One other game going on right now in the bottom of the fifth. The Peninsula Oilers down in Kenai have a 2-1 lead on the Lake Erie Monarchs. And here are the Bucks trailing the Miners 1-0.
Another foul for Frost. Blazer at first base taking signs from Ben Taylor. Also, Cameron Frost receiving some coaching. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Blazer on first. Miners still up 1-0. Here's the pitch. Frost fouls it back again. Two-two pitch. Swung on, chopper down the third base side. It stays fair. And I guess he's out.
I think they're going to call it foul. No, there's confusion right here.
Yeah.
I think they're bringing Frost back.
Frost kind of
They are.
smiling at that one. That was
That's
confusing. The first base umpire made no sign whether or not it was foul, fair. The home umpire didn't say anything either.
No, nobody said anything.
Yeah.
It just stayed to the right of the foul line.
It was a beautiful throw by Gridley at third base, though. Just chunked that ball. Frost swings on. Chopper up the center of the field. Double play, though. That is a 4-6-3 double play to get Blazer and Frost. So now 2 away for the Bucks as the Miners send out Paul Panachone, the shortstop. Walked in the first, stole second. And had a fly out to second baseman Copeland. And the third and the first pitch in there for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Another strike. Miners still lead the Bucs 1-0. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball one. One-two pitch. Big swing by Panachone, and that's strike number 3. And that's also the first strikeout for Diaz of the Bucs. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. And welcome back to Mulcahy Field here in Anchorage. Beautiful day for some Matsu Miners baseball. Miners lead the Bucs 1-0. Now in the bottom of the 5th inning, Tyler Stubblefield still on the mound for the Miners, pitching to Gridley, the third baseman of the Bucs. First pitch rolls foul, strike one.
Tyler Stubblefield has been very, very solid in his outing, especially through the first 4. I'm sure Brad Baker, the pitching coach, and Ben Taylor have to be very happy with this. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Working here in the 5th.
And inside, ball one. One pitch, strike two. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Pitch, grounder to Senzel at third. Senzel over to Decker at first. That's out number 1.
That was a nice play by Nick Senzel over at third base. It was a hard hit ball, and rather than trying to field it, he kind of just let it hit him right in the stomach or the chest, and just let the ball go right into his glove.
Senzel looks very comfortable at third base.
I think he's just comfortable really anywhere. I mean, some guys don't particularly care for playing certain positions, but really I think he would be comfortable anywhere. He's got a good build, actually, for that third base position.
Brings up Youngblood, the left fielder. He had a fly out to right field to Cam Newell in the 2nd inning. Senzel is kind of built like Adrian Beltre. Don't hate me that I just made a Rangers reference.
No, I can see that. And
yeah.
Nick Blazer at second base kind of reminds me of Dustin Pedroia.
Okay, I can see that too. 1-1 count. Pitch swung on, a high fly ball to left center field. Frost calls for it and makes the catch. Number 2.
Stubblefield working again on a very good outing. He's thrown about 60 pitches.
I just think he gets more and more relaxed up on the mound, just seems more comfortable.
And John Farindelli, he pitched yesterday. He pitched the 9th for the Miners. I had a chance to talk to him after the game, and he said he felt very, very comfortable.
First pitch to the top of the order man, Copeland. Fouled off towards the third base side. Copeland had a single in the first, but then was struck out in the second.
Speaking of John Farindelli, he wanted to send out a happy Father's Day to his dad, Jeff Farindelli.
That is strike 2 to Copeland. 0-2 pitch. And that's a big swing for strike number 3 and the 4th strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield of Texas A&M. 3 up, 3 down for the Miners as we head to the 6th inning. The Miners still lead the Bucs 1-0. You're listening to Miners Radio Network.
Nothing Miners on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Austin Pollock and Emma Tiedemann coming to you from Anchorage. Cam Newell, the 3-hitter, leads off the 6th for the Miners. Then Nick Senzel and Brandon Smith. Tyler Stubblefield at 65 pitches through 5 innings. 4 strikeouts. In a 1-2-3 fifth. Brandon Diaz back out there, the lefty, and the pitch is inside. Pitch is outside. 2-0. On Newell. Pitch is high. 3-0.
Again, it's just a beautiful day here in Anchorage.
It really is. The booth is a little toasty.
Yeah, not a whole lot of ventilation. So we could open the door.
I guess we could probably open this a little bit, yeah. Strike to Newell. That's better. 3-1. Nick Senzel waits on deck. Pitch is high ball 4. Second time that Newell's been on. That brings up Senzel. He's 0 for 2.
And I'd say the past 4 or 5 days we've had cloudy, kind of
Cool,
rainy
yeah.
days. Not very pretty like today. It's just beautiful. And
Yeah.
I think it was Nick Senzel who asked us, "Is it always like this?"
Yeah, it was him. That was on the way back from here.
Yeah.
Against the Pilots. First pitch to him inside, jumps out of the way. 1-0.
Quite a few of the players thought that the two of us were actually from Alaska.
Yeah,
and would ask us Alaska questions.
Didn't Josh Meyer ask you that?
Yeah, he thought we were from Palmer.
No.
No.
Nope.
Cleared that up.
1-0 from Diaz. Up and away. 2-0. I like it here. I do like Alaska.
Yeah,
It's different.
it's different and it's beautiful. And I don't think a whole lot of people can say they, lived in Alaska for the summer. I think it's definitely a place that I would recommend for anyone to visit. Met an older couple who were taking a two week kind of road trip through Alaska. They were from Florida. Sounds like a pretty cool thing to do.
I know Alaskan cruises are a big deal.
Yeah, one of my good friends went on one last summer.
How was that?
She loved it. She saw the whales and all that
Any moose?
marine wildlife. Can't remember if she saw any moose.
Not on a boat, but
Not on
of
a-
course
I don't know.
You get the chance to go off the boat.
True. I know she saw the whales. She sent me pictures of those. But I don't know about the moose. I'll have to ask her tonight.
Yeah, I went on a cruise. I don't know how old I was. Maybe 12. But I don't remember where we went, to be perfectly honest. 2-0 is a called strike. A magical white wire has just come right in front of us.
Make sure it's not blocking the video.
2-1.
Oh, it is.
You see it right there. All right, we're going to get that fixed.
Well,
We
attempt to.
apologize for that. And I think
I don't.
I don't think there's going to be a way around this.
No.
3-1, the count on Senzel. Runner still at first, nobody out. Swing, and that's fouled off the mask of Mark Sanchez, the catcher. All right, we apologize for that.
Yeah, that's about his best.
That's not much
Best
we can do. Not much we can do. 3-2, the count on Senzel. Runner at first, it's Newell. Brandon Smith waits on deck. Nobody out. Miners lead 1-0 in the sixth. Diaz sets. Looks at first, looks at home. Goes to first. Newell is back.
Another odd thing we saw last night with two Bucs.
Yes, the Bucs were actually they were pretty big for the Miners.
They scored
That
one run, right?
I think so. Swing and a miss by Senzel. Second time that he has been struck out tonight, this afternoon.
This afternoon.
One away in the sixth for Brandon Smith. Second strikeout for Diaz, one away. High socks today for Brandon. Diaz with a look at first. Kicks, goes home, up and away, 1-0. Now Diaz is just about 50-50 balls and strikes. Want to know the count? Here it comes. High fly ball to deep left center. Back is Andy Crowley. The center fielder makes the catch in left center for out number 2. So Smith is now 0 for 3. I'll bring up Johnny Loker. He's 2 for 2. 2 singles.
Again, we're sorry about the wire.
I don't know what it is.
Obviously, it's not too important for anybody else because they're not moving it or it's not affecting anything.
No, just hanging in there. Here's Loker, first pitch. Breaking ball, called strike. Good pitch from Diaz. Josh Meyer waits on deck. Oh, 1 pitch to Loker. In the turf, 1-1. Left fielder Youngblood playing pretty deep in left. Pitch to Loker, right side, base hit. He's 3 for 3. What a quick throw from the right fielder. The scoop, he's safe. Ooh, not often you see that. The right fielder Tyler Ware was charging that ball and made a strong throw to first. Would have been a 9-3 putout. But Loker is 1 for 1. Excuse me, 3 for 3. With 3 singles. Cam Newell up to second base for Josh Meyer. 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position. The Myers could use a couple insurance runs here. They lead 1-0 in the 6th. Matt Decker waits on deck from Stanford. Pitch slapped right side foul. Almost time. About an inning away to start thinking about that player of the game. Almost. Not yet. Tweet at us at ABL Miners. Comment below on the live feed. Send us an email, matsuminersbroadcast@gmail.com. 0-1 to Meyer. In the dirt, that one gets away. Newell and also Loker, they both advance. So now the second run is 90 feet away at third. And Loker up to second. Newell to third, Loker to second. And a 1-1 count on Josh Meyer. That's a strike on the outside part, 1-2. Shortstop Reeton playing a little closer toward the third base side. 1-2 in the turf, 2-2. Sun shining very brightly here at Mulcahy. Diaz sets, kicks, fires. Meyer fouls it off right at the home plate area, stays alive. 2-2. Joey Dunyan for the Bucs went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, struck out 2. 2-2 to Meyer. Swing, grounder, right side. That's the first baseman, Kruger. He'll take it himself for out number 3. 1-0 Miners. That's the score. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Cade Wrighton to lead it off for the Bucs in the bottom half of inning number 6. Tyler Stubblefield is back out there.
Well, head coach Ben Taylor, we were talking with him, and he said he wants his pitchers now to go, the whole 6 innings. And Hendricks didn't go all 6.
High fly ball, deep left center. Back goes Cameron Frost. It's off the wall. Wrighton rounds first, heads for second. He will take a wide turn at second, but go back. It's a leadoff double for the Bucs. Cade Wrighton now 2 for 3. I'm going to bring up Andy Crowley. Crowley reached on a 1-5 fielder's choice in the first, grounded out to third in the third. From Cal Baptist. Wiggle of the bat, batting from the left side against lefty Stubblefield. Shows bunt, drops it down. Stubblefield will look at third, go to first. Scoop by Decker, he's out. Very lucky for the Miners, but job done by the Bucs. They get the tying run 90 feet away. With the cleanup hitter, Tyler Ware, coming to the plate.
Tyler Stubblefield just doing a lot of great things when it comes to fielding.
And he's going to chat with Josh Meyer. They got to find a way to get the ball on the ground. The infield is playing in, especially with the Miners holding that 1-0 lead. Again, we do apologize for the white cord that's right in front of you. It's right at home plate. We apologize. So here is Ware, left side. First pitch, a strike. And Nick Blazer actually, for some reason, was walking behind the mound. Now he's back. They're playing in. Right on that infield grass. In the dirt, scooped up by Meyer. Almost said Mauer. That's a combination of Josh Meyer and Mitchell now, and of course, Joe Mauer. 1-1 the count on Ware. Cade Wrighton at third base. 1-1. Swing and a liner over the glove of the shortstop. Panachone into left. The Bucs tie it up. RBI single for Tyler Ware. That just got over his glove.
Just barely.
It was hit right at him. Here is Mark Kruger. Walked in the first, struck out in the fourth. Panachone, not a very tall guy, but he's about 5'10". Runner at first is off. The throw from Meyer. Catch by Panachone. The tag, and it gets into left center field. Ware going to third. He slides. He's safe. So he goes from first to third.
Very quick runner.
So now the go-ahead run with one out here in the sixth is just 90 feet away. Pitch outside part of the plate. It's 2-2. Infield still in. They want to keep this a tie game. John Farindelli jogging on the right side, and that's a fly ball out to left field. Back goes Loker at the track at the wall. It's off the wall. A run's going to score. The Bucs take the lead, but going into second head first is Mark Kruger, an RBI single. The Bucs are up 2-1. Right off the wall. And now Meyer is out there trying to calm down Stubblefield. The infield will come in, as does Coach Brad Baker. Farindelli was jogging out to the bullpen. I wonder if he's going to get loose.
He did pitch last night.
He pitched the ninth
1 inning.
For 1 inning. He started at Chandler Gilbert. Now somebody else is going out to the bullpen. and it's not Josh Meyer because obviously he's in the game. It's not Matt Decker, the other catcher, because he is playing first base, and it's certainly not Mitchell. It's not Mitchell now. So I'm just thinking because Farindelli, the pitcher, went out there. I would think someone would be out there to catch him. So the meeting is over. The home plate umpire went out to break it up. Brad Baker back to the dugout. Two runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Bucs. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Miners. Now, as we have seen, with the Miners trailing 1 run going late in the game, that is not over. That can change very quickly, as we've seen.
Definitely with this Miners team.
What were we trying to nickname them? The comeback kids, something like that?
Yep, comeback kids.
Rally in the Valley. Outside in the first pitch to Dylan Butler. I have to see who comes in next for Stubblefield, but he's still out there right now. 1-0. Called strike. Just trying to keep it a little cool in here. Mark Kruger at second base, he doubled. Drove in Tyler Ware for the second Bucs run. 1-1. Way outside, 2-1. Stubblefield can pitch for a while, 134 pitches against the Longhorns on June 1st. 2-2 the count as Butler fouls that back. Dylan Butler, the designated hitter from Louisiana Lafayette, 0 for 2. He grounded out to third in the first. He struck out in the fourth. He was the third strikeout for Tyler Stubblefield. 2-2. That's high, 3-2. First base open. Two 2-1 Bucs in the sixth. Stubblefield kicks, fires. That's high ball 4. Third straight base runner for the Bucs. Now bring up Mark Sanchez, the catcher from Cal Baptist.
That is only the second walk for Stubblefield.
Sanchez is 0 for 2. Grounded out in the second. Swinging a big cut. 0-1. And he singled in the fourth, but then was out 7-4, trying to advance to second base. 0-1 pitch from Stubblefield. Up and in, 1-1. Kind of just waving his arms, trying to get loose. Get a little bit more of a feel for everything. 1-1. Chopper to short, charging his Panachone, goes to second for 1, on to first. No throw. So they'll get 1 out. That means Sanchez reaches on a 6-4 fielder's choice. Butler retired for out number 2. And there is Ben Taylor making his way to the mound. Looks like we will have a pitching change. The infield comes in. And there's a new pitcher coming on. We'll have everything you need to know on the new pitcher when we return on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. New pitcher on for the Miners. It's the right-hander Vince Arrobio from Pacific. Last time out was on Friday against the Pilots. 2 innings, a hit, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. A 3.60 earned run average on the season. He's appeared in 3 games, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. He faces Matt Gridley, the third baseman, with a runner on first and third, swinging a big cut, 0-1. During the break, well, I wouldn't call it the break, but during the pitching change, the umpire was signaling up to the press box for the pitching change, and Josh Meyer, the catcher, was actually scanning. He was kind of looking around. He saw me. I waved. He smiled back. Chopper to short, charting his Panachone, goes to first, and the stretch by Decker. So 2 pitches, and Vince Arrobio gets out of the inning, but the Bucs do get 2. They led it 2-1 as we head to inning number 7 here at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. New pitcher on for the Bucs in the top of the 7th, Peter Lindstrom from the University of Tennessee. Just finished his junior year. Last pitched Friday against the Chinooks. An inning, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. First pitch to Decker's a chopper to the left side. Lindstrom on the backhand throws in time.
Wow.
First pitch. Very athletic play by Lindstrom. Here is Nick Blazer. Blazer popped out to the first baseman Kruger in the 2nd, and he singled in the 5th. First pitch gets away. Ball 1. The only other Tennessee player, of course, the Miners have 3 in the lineup, is Nick Senzel. Let's see if Lindstrom faces him. Blazer fouls it off. 1-1. Miners trail 2-1. 2 runs in the 6th for the Bucs. Cameron Frost waits on deck. 1-1. Ripped into left field. Charging is the left fielder. Jonathan Youngblood, he makes the catch. So a line out for the second out. Then I'll bring up Cameron Frost. Frost is 0 for 3, lined out to second, grounded to short, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Last two games, sort of a little bit of a cool bat. First pitch swing and a big cut, 0-1. I saw him yesterday taking extra swings in the cage. Oh, 1, way outside, 1-1. He took extra swings today as well. 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2.
Just having some trouble connecting with the ball.
One, two. Swing and a miss, strike three, but the ball drops. Sanchez will tag him, and Cameron Frost certainly confused with the home plate umpire. But that'll end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Miners. The Bucs coming up. 7th inning stretch time from Mulcahy Field on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Jonathan Youngblood leads off the bottom of the 7th for the Bucs. They lead 2-1. Vince Robio back out there. First pitch, called strike. Youngblood is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. Down 0-2. Youngblood 1 for 15 on the season. Of course, 0 for 2 this afternoon, so 1 for 17. 4 stolen bases for him. Batting in the 9 hole for the Bucs. Pitch, swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Meyer's going to have to throw. And the ball actually, well, it's caught by Decker, but it pulls him off the base. So that's a drop third strike, but it'll reach. First strikeout for Robio. Here is Garrett Copeland to the top of the order. He has 2 strikeouts and a single. He's 1 for 3. Shows bunt, drops it down. Robio looks at second, throws to first to get the out there. So a successful sacrifice. That's a second successful sacrifice for the Bucs. Andy Crowley had the other one to advance Cade Wrighton.
I didn't want to say anything, but your situation with only facing 2 batters but getting 3 outs could have happened in that situation.
Yeah.
I didn't want to jinx it.
No, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, good.
We're on the same page. Here's Cade Wrighton, 2 for 3. Double and a single, and they're going to try to pick him off at second. They do!
There are never any pitches thrown to Wrighton, so... Oh, well, that's out number 2, I guess.
That is. All right, so Youngblood picked off. That's the second out. Pitch to Wrighton, that's in the turf.
So I guess the strikeout doesn't count
you know
as a
what?
strike.
Yeah, I think I got that mixed up. There are a lot of those like secret little rules in baseball.
Yeah.
That's one of them. A lot of people have that issue. 1-0. Inside, 2-0 to Wrighton.
I think it's Texas A&M that you can take a baseball class for a semester, a three-credit class all
On
about
baseball?
baseball. Yeah, I think it's A&M.
I'm going to come visit. 2-0, 3-0 inside.
We'll have to ask the Texas A&M guys about it.
That would
Because I
probably...
think it'd be a really cool class, obviously.
Yeah, if I couldn't get an A in that, I'd be a little concerned. 3-0 from Arobio. That's low ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Cade Wrighton. I'll bring up Andy Crowley. Crowley reaching a 1-5 fielder's choice in the first, grounded out to third in the third, and had a sacrifice bunt in the sixth. That's on the left side, 2 outs, and the Bucs leading 2-1 on a beautiful afternoon in Anchorage. Pitch fouled off to the left.
That ball was hit so powerful and quick over to the left side. I didn't even see it go over there.
No, neither did I.
I just saw everyone's heads turn.
Oh, 1 on Crowley. Arobio kicks, fires. Swing and a big cut. 0-2. Final line on Stubblefield, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Not a terrible day for him.
No, definitely not.
We'll try to look at first. Wrighton's back. Cameron Frost, the center fielder, a few steps toward left center. Against the lefty. Runner at first is off. Hard grounder to third base. Senzel throws across the diamond. The stretch by Decker in time. So another 0 on the board for the Bucs. They still lead 2-1. We head to the 8th in Anchorage on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Back here at Mulcahy Field, the Miners are now trailing the Bucs 2-1. Bringing up Paul Panachone, the shortstop for the Miners. First pitch, strike. Some pitch, high fly ball to shallow right field. And the second baseman, Copeland, able to catch for out number 1.
Panachone is hitless tonight, this afternoon, whatever you want to call it.
Brings up Cam Newell, the right fielder. Has had a single and a walk. Has advanced to third base twice, both on wild pitches. And also grounded out to second base in the first inning. First pitch a little low, ball 1.
He's looked all right in his second game. His first game yesterday was certainly, I think the highlights were sort of taken by Johnny Loker, but he played well.
1-0 pitch outside, ball 2.
Had a big hit late in the game. It was a double down the right field line.
Also doing a great job out in right field. 2-0 pitch swung on. High fly ball to shallow right field. Second baseman Copeland there again to make out number 2.
Back-to-back putouts by him.
Next up for the Miners is Nick Senzel playing third base this afternoon. Grounded out to third base in the third inning and has been struck out twice, once in the first inning and once in the 6th.
Peter Lindstrom's still on the mound, and these two are teammates at Tennessee.
First pitch to Senzel, strike.
I wish I had the binoculars right now because I wish I could maybe try to see a smile on either of their faces. I know when I used to play some friends in like Little League or when I was younger, there would always be a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah. Well, now Senzel down to his teammate 0-2.
They need to get bragging rights if you struck them out. They always got bragging rights against me every time.
0-2 pitch. Chopper bounces high up in the air back to Lindstrom. Lindstrom able to make the throw to first for the 1-3 putout. And the Miners not able to score in the 8th inning. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, the Bucs are leading the Miners 2-1. You are listening to Miners Radio Network. And back here at Mulcahy Field, apologize, there was something blocking the outfield there for a little while in the video feed. We fixed the problem, we think, and if it's part of the window that was falling down where we have the camera out. So if it happens again, be sure to either tweet at us at ABL Miners, shoot us an email, or comment on the video feed.
And remember, you can vote for that player of the game.
Definitely, I think it's about time.
At ABL Miners, send us an email, matsuminersbroadcast@gmail.com, or comment on the live feed.
High fly ball to left center field. And that is caught by Loker for out number 1 for the Miners. I have my idea for player of the game.
I gotta start thinking about mine.
I think I'm pretty confident in it.
We're not gonna sort of reveal that, but what do you got? You can point it out.
Okay. Oh. I'm thinking,
That works.
yeah.
That works.
Ground ball to Blazer at second base, and quick number out 2.
Well, right, you can't really say that that's it right now. You guys can keep on voting, but the 9th inning could be very special.
I know. That's why I'm hesitant to
Gotta wait it out a little bit.
to make a suggestion here, but
Yeah.
because we've got quite the team with the 9th inning. Vince Robio doing a great job also on the mound. He could be a pretty good nomination. He has given up no runs.
We're not in the
and
valley.
No hits.
We're not in the valley, but there could be a rally in the valley.
And now Dylan Butler, the designated hitter, down in the count. No balls to 2 strikes.
If that foul ball did damage to your car, visit our friends at Napa Auto Parts, locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com.
0-2 pitch, high fly ball going back deep to left center field. And Loker just able to catch that for the quick 3rd out.
Time for a rally in the valley.
As we head into the top of the 9th inning, the Miners get ready to take some swings at the ball. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. Back here in Mulcahy, new pitcher for the Bucs. It is Sean-Luc Bria out of Gonzaga.
Just finished his sophomore year. He is the Bucs closer. He already has a save on the season. And that save came on the 10th against the Panthers, an inning. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and got the save.
And he is pitching to Brandon Smith, the leadoff for the Miners. No balls, 2 strikes. Miners hoping for a rally in Mulcahy. Not really in the valley anymore. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
No.
But the Miners are down a run, 2-1 against the Bucs. 0-2 pitch, ground ball to Kruger at first base. Kruger just tags the bag. And we have the first out of the 9th inning.
And Johnny Loker coming to the plate. Gave the Miners the win last night. Will he tie it up? We'll find that out.
Loker already has scored the only run for the Miners. He scored that in the second inning off of a single. Has had 3 singles, 3 for 3.
He's hot. He really is. 2 games. He's played extremely well.
First pitch, low and outside, ball 1.
He's not a very big guy, so it's surprising to see that he's not see that he's hit the ball, but I mean last night with a home run. But
Inside, ball 2. Guess he really likes this Alaskan air. You know, something about it.
yeah,
Got
I think he says his dad is from Alaska.
Oh, that's
He
right.
did say that last night.
2-0 pitch, low ball 3. Outfield playing a little deep. That's strike 1. Left fielder Youngblood is definitely a little bit deeper than right fielder Ware. Locker's home run last night was over the left field wall. Hits one high fly ball to left field. Deep is Youngblood, and it is out of here for a home run.
Goodness.
Loker with his second home run of the season in 2 games in a row, and everything is tied up at 2 runs apiece. Miners back in this game, and the Miners with possibly another rally here in the 9th inning.
I mean, I've seen guys play well. I've seen guys hit the ball really well. I have never seen anything like this. He's been here for, almost 36 hours?
Yeah.
2 home runs, 5+ RBIs. I
can't even believe it. And now we have a pinch hitter, Hunter Simmons, who usually is at first base. And he takes 2 strikes in a row.
There's definitely something in this Alaska air that Johnny Loker loves.
Oh-2 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball down the first base side. First baseman Kruger able to catch it in foul territory. And that is the second out. Now at the plate is Matt Decker. Decker playing first base today. Has had a single, a strikeout, and a ground out. First pitch, strike for the Stanford Cardinal. And that's strike number 2. So Sean-Luc Bria out of Gonzaga, very strong pitcher, getting 2 quick strikes on Decker. Decker now fouls his third pitch back. Oh-2 pitch. Swung on, another foul ball. This one down the first base side. Oh-2 pitch again. Ground ball to short. Scooped up actually by the third baseman, Gridley. Gridley not able to make a great throw over to Kruger. Kruger had to dive for it. He was able to catch it to prevent it from leaving the playing area, but Decker able to get on base. And now we have the leading run at first. That brings up Nick Blazer, the second baseman. He had a single in the 5th and has hit 2 flyouts. First pitch, swung on, straight up the center of the field. Decker heads to second, decides to stay there. Now 2 runners on.
A go-ahead run at second base in scoring position.
And we head to the top of the order with Cameron Frost, who has had some difficulty today. Has grounded out twice, had a fly out in the first inning and a strikeout in the 7th. Has 6 RBIs, on the season. And 2 doubles, 1 triple. First pitch, big swing, fouls it back.
Depending on how this game turns out, might have to reconsider that player of the game.
Hold off until the 9th inning.
Yeah, send those tweets at ABL Miners. Start commenting below. I think last night when Johnny Loker hit the home run, I think I said, remember this name. It's going to be something special.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. High ball to shallow center field. Going back is second baseman Copeland. Copeland not able to make the catch. Rounding third is Decker. Decker scores. And Blazer slides into third. Now runners on the corners, and the Miners now up 3 runs to 2 over the Bucs.
Unbelievable. These guys just don't go away. They really don't. And I had said a couple innings ago, I said, hey, if it's 2-1, well, if it was 2-1, I had said, you can't count them out. Usually,
Right.
In a situation like that, no, you never count anybody out. But this team, you do not count them out. They just don't go away.
And Cameron Frost, who was hitless, 0 for 4 coming into that at-bat, hits a beautiful ball right up the center, shallow center field for a single to RBI.
And
RBI single.
Yeah, Copeland went out to shallow center and tried to make a catch, and you know he was going for it. He really, really was. He wanted to stop this. He knew that runner was going to score.
And Panachone hits a short ground ball to second base, flips it to Copeland covering second, but Frost, too quick, slides into second.
Yeah,
and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, Cade Reeton, the shortstop, was kind of just standing there. I think he thought that Copeland was going to throw to first because there were only 2 outs. There still are 2 outs. I thought he was going to go to first.
Well, and actually, Blazer tagged up at third and ran it home. So now the Miners are up 4-2 with runners at first and second. Frost on second, Panachone at first. And now Cam Newell, the left-handed batter, is at the plate. Takes the first pitch as a strike. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing, strike 2.
Four runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Miners. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Anchorage.
Infield playing a little bit back now, a little deep. 1 outside, ball 1. Right fielder Jonathan Youngblood, excuse me, playing a little deep out there in left field. So is the center fielder Crowley. 1-2 pitch, very high, ball 2. Frost with a lead off of second, along with Panachone at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Big swing, strike 3. So Cam Newell is retired with a strikeout. But 3 runs have been scored by the Miners at the top of this 9th inning, making it 4 runs to 2 over the Anchorage Bucs. As we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, we're listening to Miners Radio Network. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Matsu Miners as we head into the bottom of the 9th inning. It is Spencer Jack. We last saw Spencer on the mound on June 12th against the Lake Erie Monarchs. Jack pitched for 1 inning and struck out 1, gave up no hits and no runs.
Mitchell now is behind the plate.
First pitch from Jack. Low and outside, ball 1.
Jack's, I've noticed this, got kind of a little bit of like a, I don't know how you define this delivery, but he kind of rocks back, and then I think he gets a little speed off that.
High fly ball down to right field, and that one will drop for a single for the leadoff hitter, Mark Sanchez.
Tying run at the plate.
At the plate is Gridley,
And pinch hitter.
actually a pinch hitter.
And is Shane Lynch. Shane Lynch from Dallas Baptist.
Hey,
You know where that is?
I do know where that is. It's in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. 6'4", 195 pounds, played yesterday
Big swing for strike 1.
against Chewigak, was 2 for 4, scored a run. He's 5 for 26 on the season with a home run, 6 RBIs, and 9 strikeouts.
Pitch from Jack, low, ball 1.
And feel that double play depth. Lynch, 6'4", 195 pounds.
1-1 pitch, outside, ball 2. Loker out in left field playing pretty deep. Newell maybe a couple steps back from his usual spot, and Frost playing a little bit to our left. Not too much, though. Infield straight away with Decker covering first. The 2-1 pitch. Low, ball 3 now for Jack. Ball kind of gets away from Mitchell now, the catcher, but Sanchez, the runner at first, decides to stay at first. Jack with a little look over his shoulder at Sanchez.
Keeping a very close eye on him.
3-1 pitch to Lynch, fouls it back, full count now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs yet. The Miners do lead the Bucs now, 4 runs to 2. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Three-two pitch by Jack. Outside, ball 4. So now the tying run is at first base, and the winning run is at home plate in the name of Jonathan Youngblood, the left fielder, who is 0 for 3.
Youngblood's going to try to do his best impersonation of Johnny Loker.
Youngblood had a fly out to right field and center field.
Mitchell now looks like he's giving the signs to the infield. He is.
Youngblood, the right-handed batter. Spencer Jack, the right-handed pitcher. Sanchez at second with a little bit of a lead, not too much. Bunt right down the third base side, scooped up by Senzel, makes the throw to first. They're the first out of the 9th, but the runners do advance. Sanchez to third, Lynch to second. As we head to the top of the order for the Bucs. Now it's Garrett Copeland.
Now this is interesting. You have the tying run on second. they could. Mitchell now goes right into the crouch. I thought was maybe they would intentionally walk him so they have a force at any base to the ball on the ground. Just a thought.
Yeah.
It could be done. I think Ben Taylor knows a little bit more than I do.
First pitch, a high ball down the right field side. And it gets down. So Sanchez heads to home and scores along with Lynch. And we are all tied up with Copeland able to make it all the way to third base for the triple.
All knotted up.
And everything's tied up at 4 runs apiece. So the Bucs with a little bit of a rally of their own.
This is the third game in a row that has gone into the ninth, and it's just been a close game. I mean, there's comebacks and comebacks. Nothing's been safe. Makes it good baseball, but it's also quite stressful for the guys on the field. Now they got to just protect. They're going to walk them. Wrighton will now be on base for the 4th time. And now what that does is I think they're still going to play in on the infield. For there's a ground ball anywhere. First, I think you look at home, but you can also, with the runner on first, get the force at second and then get the double play.
Because there is only 1 out still.
Right.
So Cade Wrighton will take his base. Brings up Andy Crowley, the center fielder. He had a single in the first, but has grounded out his last 3 at-bats.
Ben Taylor making his way to the mound. Don't know if that's a pitching change or if that's strategizing. I'm looking in the bullpen. I don't see anybody coming. He also hasn't signaled to the bullpen. The entire infield in. What a 9th inning. 5 runs. 3 for the Miners, 2 for the Bucs.
So we're getting all excited that the Miners coming back always in the 9th inning, but the Bucs.
There's a new pitcher coming in. That's going to most likely do it. That's going to do it for Spencer Jack, and it's Hunter Rodriguez. We'll have everything you need to know on Mr. Rodriguez when we come back on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
And back at Mulcahy Field, Hunter Rodriguez now on the mound for the Miners. Rodriguez, the lefty from Utah. And he's been very, very good, very consistent. And with the winning run just 90 feet away from home plate, there's still only one out. Everything's still tied up at 4 runs apiece. First pitch by Rodriguez in the turf, ball 1.
Just back to back to back nail biters. Remember, back on Friday, the Miners and Pilots went into extras with the Pilots coming out on top. And the walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. Justin Protasio.
Pitch low and outside, ball 2. Got runners at the corners. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 9th inning, everything's tied up at 4. The 2-0 pitch. Again outside, that's ball 3.
I can hear Ben Taylor from here.
3-0 pitch. There it is, strike 1. Andy Crowley at the plate had a single in the first and grounded out the last 3 at-bats in the 3rd, 6th, and 7th innings.
There's a big gap on that right side of the infield with Blazer playing closer to the second base bag and Decker holding the runner on at first.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Crowley a lefty.
Outside, that's ball 4. Base is now loaded. So Garrett Copeland at third base, Cade Rayton at second, and now Andy Crowley at first. That brings up Tyler Ware. The right fielder has singled twice, scored a run in the 6th, and is hitting .267 on the season. Now Mitchell now heads out to the mound to talk with Hunter. So 1 out in the bottom of the 9th here, still tied up at 4. 4's out at every base. So Miners probably hoping to get, maybe a double play off of this.
Assistant coach Sean Winston and Ben Taylor, they're actually both on that front end of the dugout, front step. They're giving signs, they're yelling things, they're just trying to get this defense ready for anything. Fly ball, ground out. Cameron Frost is playing very shallow.
High fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Loker. Loker drops it. Copeland tags up at third and scores the 5th and winning run. And the Bucs come back in the bottom of the 9th inning to put it away. Final score, 5 runs to 4 over the Miners.
All right, now something's going on here. Sean Winston and Ben Taylor. Now they're handshakes, but I think Sean Winston's trying to say something. He's trying to plead some sort of case to the umpire. Ben Taylor listening on. The Bucs are celebrating on the middle of the field, as you can see. Oh, they're going to talk something over here.
I didn't see anything. Did you see anything?
No, I didn't. I just saw that he dropped the ball. And I think it was the sun. That was a tough play.
Yeah, because Loker was there. It got in his glove, but just dropped, it looked like.
The Miners are still on the field. They have not left. The umpires are discussing it. Winston just still pleading his case.
He's pointing out
something, but I don't know what it is.
Well, on the scoreboard, it says 6-4.
It's not
that.
It's 5-4.
Yeah, there it goes. Copeland, I saw Copeland tag third.
Right. Oh, I think maybe that's what they're. I don't think that matters because Loker didn't catch the ball.
That's true. So I have no idea.
There are children on the field now. Well, we don't know if this is over yet. The Pilots have a game here, actually. I think their game is at 7 o'clock.
Well, now the umpires are motioning towards first base.
And Winston and Taylor are still listening, as is Brad Baker, Mitchell now. Matt Decker is standing on the first base side.
But everyone else, from
And-
my angle, has gone back to the dugout.
Yeah, the Bucs are actually going back into their clubhouse. The Miners are still around the first base dugout, waiting to see what happens. The scoreboard hasn't been cleared yet.
And there's been no official call.
I think there was an official call, but I think Winston's trying to figure something out.
They're
think
literally pointing all over the field.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they're talking about. I have to ask them about this later.
Well, Baker now and Taylor are walking back toward the Miners' dugout. Sean Winston's still out there. Well, we can agree on this. It looks like the Bucs do walk off. 3 runs in the ninth to win 5-4.
And who's going to be our player of the game?
We'll have to talk. We got to think about that. I've
Well,
got a
we've
couple
had-
in mind.
yeah.
You have a couple in mind. We'll go to a break. We'll come back. Quick post-game show. We'll wrap this one up. Once again, the final score: the Bucs walk off 5-4. Anchorage knocks off the Miners.
And back here at Mulcahy for a quick little wrap-up post-game show before the Miners head back to Palmer. I think we have our player of the game. I think it's decided Vince Arobio. Coming in, gave up no runs, was very solid. Helped the Miners keep the win still in sight at that time. So Vince Arobio, player of the game, but the Bucs with a 3-run bottom of the ninth inning. The Miners also had a 3-run top of the ninth inning to lead them, but the Bucs just, with that last hit and Loker dropped it, that's a tough way to go.
No loss is a good loss. They sting, and that's just the way it is. But you got to think about it, I think, in the most positive way. And the most positive way to think about it is you score 3 runs in the ninth, you work on a comeback. Johnny Loker is feeling everything.
Oh, definitely.
He's very comfortable. Certainly, he's one of the star players right now, and they're putting themselves in a position to win. It's just the pitching, it's the bullpen. It's just been a little iffy, and they're going to work with Brad Baker, and they're going to try to straighten this out and go from there. It's a tough one to swallow, but you also kind of have to look back and just say, hey, we put up 3 runs in the ninth. We didn't give up, and we know we're capable of beating this team, of playing competitively in this prestigious league.
Definitely. And the Miners face the Chinooks tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Chugiak at home at Herman Brothers Field. So it'll be good to be with that home crowd again. Last night, the official attendance was 799 fans. So I think that home crowd feel just also helps the Miners. And, they had some good memories after last night at Herman Brothers.
That's absolutely right. And you think about this, you look at the outcome, and that may bring you down a little bit, but look at how you came back. I mean, come on. That's just, you're 2-1, you come back, and you make it 4-2. Is it 4-2? 4-2, and you think about it, and hey, Loker had that big home run, and then a little bit more, and you can play these guys. You can face them, but it's just weird. That's 3 straight walk-offs. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't see that.
This is going to be a very fun summer.
It's going to be a very fun
it's
summer,
great.
and it's already fun. I mean, they're 3-3. And that's not a bad record. You just got to go out tomorrow night, and I'm going to say this probably after every win, after every loss. I'm just going to say it. That's what's great about baseball. You get to come out the next day and just keep on grinding. That's what's great.
Yep. And to wrap things up here at Mulcahy, we head back to Herman Brothers, 7 p.m. start Alaska time. Tune in at 6:45 for the pregame show. Again, the final here in Anchorage, 5-4. The Bucs win it with a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Vince Robio, our player of the game. And for Austin Pollock, I'm Emma Tiedemann. Be sure to tune in with us, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock start. Again, the Miners fall to the Bucs 5-4. For Austin, I'm Emma. So long, everybody.